And we're live. Hello. I know it said 3 minutes to go, but I just couldn't stand it anymore. Just couldn't stand it. Hello, everyone. Wanted to edit my thumbnail if I can. Bernadette's here. Darkness is here. I guess it's not going to let me change the thumbnail. That's all right. Let's see who's here. Make sure I mute this, or I was going to hear that right in my ear. How are you guys doing this evening? Can you hear me okay? I'll wait for you guys to tell me that you can hear me. Joining me tonight is my husband, also known as Football Master 49.
Hello.
Hey, Kahlest. All right, we'll still be here. We're only going to stream for about an hour. I'm not going to ramble on for hours and hours since we're going to do this every Tuesday at 8. Logan M, hello. If I didn't already say that, I feel like I might have. I'm not going to ramble on and on. Hey, Brian. How's it going? I hope you got my messages on Patreon. So let me know. Please respond to those messages. Thank you. Oh, I found some stuff. Did any of you guys watch? I'm here, y'all, just fine. Hello, Roger Hensley. Hello, Onyx Nightshade. Mr. and Mrs. Darkness. Oh. No. Okay. Darkness, do you have a channel, a YouTube channel? I know that Kahlest does, and I make it I think Onyx does as well. If anybody has a channel here, make sure you let everybody know so they can go check it out. I'm all about promoting other channels. I have no problem doing that. Just make sure if you have a channel, if you come back and listen to this later, or you want to come back and add a link to your channel or say, hey, check out my channel below on the comment section, I have no problem with that. And if you post a link and it doesn't like show up, I'll make sure to go back and approve it. So, hey, Autumn Squirrel Squad. I'm thinking about making that a piece of merch. Of course, you and I will probably be the only ones that buy it. She's the one that started saying squirrel. Actually, was listening to a video about a professor who's known for doing the very thing that I do, only he's more organized with his thoughts, and he has like a plan when he does it. I have to go back and see Jordan Peterson. So if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, check him out, but I can relate. He's far more intelligent than I, clearly, or has had more time to process thoughts and had more educational background than I. Whichever you want to put it. I will say more intelligent by far. Gathering the thoughts enough to come back and make it a circle, and I'll make it integrate. Isn't that what dreams are made of? Okay, so tonight, I want to start off and ask if, hey, Schmeister, man, it's late for you, isn't it? Woo! Hope you don't have work tomorrow. Wow, what is it? 1 a.m. 5 hours from now is 1 a.m. Right in the UK. Oh, you're brave, sir. Brave. If anyone doesn't know, Schmeister is in a different time zone, and it takes him 2 hours to get to work and 2 hours to get back from work. Yeah, I'm applauding you because that's hard. So hopefully when you get to work, people are nice to you. God, man, that would suck to like take 2 hours to get to work and then people were dick to you. No. I want to know if anybody watched Shane Dawson's first part of his series about Logan or Jake Paul. Is that his name? Jake Paul. I'm just curious if anybody watched that and what your thoughts are on if he or others like him, specifically on YouTube, are sociopaths or what I would deem him as partly psychopath. But let's see. It's all good. Been gaming for the last 5 hours. Wow. Yes, Bernie, he is a trooper. I just have to wait a second for the... When I game, it's Madden. What? When I game, it's Madden. When you game, it's Madden. It's been a while since I've seen you play any video games. In the future, and I'm teaching myself how to do this, so I hope next Taco Tuesday, like how I got it Taco Tuesday, and I didn't eat any tacos today either. We had leftover potato soup. Wah, wah, wah. We were supposed to go to Taco Tuesday. We remember this every night after Taco Tuesday's over. But there's a local bar that's supposed to have like really good tacos, and they're cheap because it's Taco Tuesday. I don't know. I went camping alone after talking to you and Duchess. Camping alone? That was brave. You want to go camping? You can go camp in the backyard. There's we're in Michigan, and somebody took a picture of was that a cougar or a mountain lion? About an hour from here. And we have a lot of wildlife by us, but also we have someone building like 5 houses on the street behind us now, which is, let me use quote fingers for that's fucking awesome. I really love that they're building 5 houses behind us. Anyways, we have quite a lot of wildlife when we keep hearing like something going through our woods, and pretty soon all the leaves will fall, so we'll be able to see in there. But let's see. I was going to hit camp. Finally hit 100 on my channel, and camping sounds awesome. Congratulations, Darkness. Trust me, I know the struggle of climbing, but if you're a guy, it probably seems to be, and I'm, what do I know? Seems to be a bit easier for the men to climb with the narrations on YouTube anyway, from what I've seen. Let's see. Man, I wish I could go camping here. We got woods, but the laws are crazy. There's laws about camping? I mean, I don't know why anyone who listens to any stories on YouTube would want to go camping ever, because they're all terrifying. All of them. I think one of the first stories I did was about a guy who went camping, and some guy stalked him, and then chased him down a hill through the woods, and it was a true story. And someone else on YouTube did the story too. God, I can't remember what it was called. I'd have to go all the way back to my very first stories, and it was like stalked or something while camping. But we did say we were going to camp in the backyard though before the summer was over. We never did that. Wah, wah, wah. We also said we were going to go on a family vacation this summer. We didn't do that either. Wah, wah. We had some unfortunate events happen this summer that kind of jinked up our summer. So yeah. Sig 9mm Sig, yeah. My husband just got really excited about that gun. I would imagine this weekend will be one of those weekends where we go to the gun range or something. That sounds kind of fun. Yeah, it does. I get a huge adrenaline rush off it, but I'm also extremely cautious. We're very cautious about there. We have a mechanism that goes through the entire chamber of the gun, so you can't even accidentally go off. It's disabled. I don't know how other people are with their guns, but we're extremely safe with ours. Antonio Contreras, he's one of my Patreon patrons, and usually comes to these too, was asking me to do some he thought he'd like to see some more collaborations on my channel, and I haven't done any collaborations in a while, to be honest. When's the last time I did one was like Christmas time, and I just completely ran out of time and couldn't do it. Or there was a bunch of people that I had asked to do it, and they never turned in any audio. So by the time I was going to do the Christmas special, it was only going to be like 2 or 3 stories. I can't remember. But hello, Nightmare Files. Nightmare Files also has a channel if you want to check him out. Logan says, I personally like katanas. What's a katana? Isn't that a not a nunchuck, but it's like a long fighting stick? Is that right?
Like an Eastern baseball bat.
Yeah. I don't really need a gun per se. I don't know how to describe me. People don't really mess with me unless they're stupid. I look like a dorky mom, but I don't break eye contact, and that's very intimidating to a lot of people. I've noticed that, and that's not something I've ever had. I will be on here for an hour or so. These are going to be every Tuesday. I might try to add in another during the week, but every Tuesday at 8 p.m. we're going to do this. But I know that for the UK folks, that sucks because it's too late. It's too late in the day. Like Schmeister's on here, like, whew. Oh, a katana is a specific type of samurai sword.
Nice. Almost got one of those.
Nice. I'm not allowed to have guns. What's a bow? You and I would be staring at each other because that's the same way I am. Yeah. I like to have staring contests with people and watch how uncomfortable they get. I love it. I love it. I get a secret thrill of it, but I will confess I'm one of those people that if we're at Walmart, we're in line, complete strangers will turn, and I can just tell, like, if I look this person in the eye, they're going to tell me their whole life story in less than 5 minutes. And I can just tell, nope, don't look at them. Nope. If I feel like it's going to be lighthearted and comical, great. But the last thing I want is to break down in tears, because I will. If their story is sad, I will. It happened. I went to Walmart. My husband got me, was it for Valentine's Day or Sweetest Day or something like that? I got a ring. He got me a ring and it needed to be sized. So I took it to Walmart to size it. I go to pick up my ring. I went to turn in the ring. And the lady that I was handing the ring into had a Southern accent and the same name as me, which I thought was coincidental, right? And so I'm like, oh, you're not from around here. So long story short, she proceeds to tell me her life story that she moved up here because her daughter died after giving childbirth. 6 months after giving birth, she died because she went into a coma, passed away. The father of the child gave the child to his parents and didn't let that lady see her only grandchild, so they moved up here because she couldn't stand the pain. These are the things I'm talking about when I try not to make eye contact with people, because I cried about that with that lady for 45 minutes and then I went into work after that. So that was a rough day. All right, let's go back to the chat here. All right, Onyx, what is your question? Bow staff, long staff, nice. Me too. Just reading the comments. I don't know if you come back to listen to this later if these comments are here. I know that on some channels they are, but I don't know about mine. I don't actually come back to my live streams because sometimes it's already cringy to hear yourself back, but to hear yourself back with scatterbrained thoughts, really cringy. Anyway, when I catch people staring at me, I make my eyes really big, like you can see me. Ah.
Today I got to the job site. Builder was like, "You look angry to be here." And the boss is like, "Oh, that's just his face."
You look angry to be here. No, that's just my face. Sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come. Sorry, I'm late. I don't be here. Sorry, I'm late. I don't care. Sorry, I'm late. I hate you. There's a million of them. Squirrel. It's all about squirrels. Squirrels make the world go round. Okay, I know this sounds insane, but the forest does not feel the same anymore to me. Was that your question? Well, I think the forest, when people go into it, it's different when you look at trees, but I think when you walk within the trees, most people gravitate to that because it's naturally relaxing. It's got a different vibe. It has its own thing. The climate change, etc. There's a lot of things coming. I guess forests in large open countries feel different. Yeah. Well, what's weird is in America we have some states that are as big as the UK, are they not? Yeah. That's crazy to me. Like, because just our state of Michigan is enormous. Like, landmass size, I've never compared it, but I'm thinking, like, I'm looking at, I have, what is that, a mock map of the world on there? That's like rose gold or whatever, but you can see right where everything is. It's missing a country, is it not?
The poles.
No, that's, you can see the North Pole at the very top. So it's continent, but I was looking for Australia, and then there's, is that Africa? I don't know. Anyways, let's see here. It's been a while since anyone has asked me to collab. For a long time, I was having a hard time just getting content on my channel at all. So I didn't want to make any promises to anybody about collabing. It's been a long time since I've done collabs. I don't mind doing it if we're going to do any, I want to get my October all straight because I really, really want to do 31 days of Halloween. And I already have something different. Like each day of the week has something different scheduled for that day of the week. And my Patreon patrons already know that. That's part of the perks of being a patron. Yeah. I also figured out something about podcasting today, and instead of going to SoundCloud, I went to something called Castbox that Busta is doing. So I went to there to see what I can make of that. Just testing it out to see. I just know that for a listener, I don't think there's any commercials in it. I don't know if you have to pay. I don't think you have to pay. I think it's free if you go to the site and there's an app you can download and everything. You can go right to it. I know you can buy it from iTunes, but I don't know any more details on that. But as long as I can get my October straight and get everything on a line, because some of them I can do in advance and some of them I can't. And if I can get everything in a line, then I do want to do some collabs for October. That'd be fantastic. October, if everybody doesn't know, is the big push month for horror, for the horror world, not just for narrators, but horror creators of all kind. October is the push month. It can make you or break you, as they say. All right, let me go back. Dee Dee, you need to see the pic I took of a tree. It has a face. Awesome. I want to see it. If you send it to me, I will show it to everybody else in the stream. I'll figure it out. Okay, let me see. Go up. My nickname is Squirrel. Haha. Hello, Minister. Is there anybody I didn't say hi to? Oh, Element. Go back and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Did I miss anything? I think someone tried driving through the UK and only took 1 to 2 days. Yeah, but I'm so jealous. We want to go to, well, UK. When you say UK, do you mean England or just the UK part of you? Or are you counting the whole continent of England as part of the UK? I'm not clear on that one. See the picture of a person that took it has a face. Schmeister, you can take the underground tunnel through the sea and you'll come out to France and all the rest of Europe. That's cool. That is also extremely terrifying to me. I'm someone you're going to have to knock out to do that one. I'll fly. I don't care about that, but the thought of drowning and being suffocated under the ocean is terrifying.
Tunnel from Detroit.
Oh, God. I drove through that, though. I wasn't aware of it. Elena says, my grandmother took away the travel channel because I was watching too much Ghost Adventures and Dead Files. Oh, no. How can you watch too much of it? Nah. I think you can watch it on YouTube, too, but I think you have to buy, like, the premium. England is way too small. UK is England, Wales, and Scotland. Okay, that's right. You told me that before, but hey, Black-Eyed Kid. Yeah, hope you are, too. Bernadette. Back, breakfast for dinner, hash browns with eggs and toast and peanut butter and jam and garden fresh cucumber on the side. My mouth just watered a little bit, actually, when you said that. Yeah, I got some tea right here. I've got sleepy time tea because it is, what, 8:17? And I think I probably could paint the inside of the house right now. I'm pretty energetic. I don't know why this energy doesn't hit me like earlier in the day when I can actually really use it. I need to really figure out what's going on there. I think I just love it when the sun starts to go down. I'm like, yes, it's not hot, but it's fall now, so it's not hot anymore. Actually, it was really muggy here today. So I've got like this snarly, curly, crazy hair going on right now. So every time I turn my head, it feels like someone's yanking on my hair, but it's just my hair yanking on itself. Raise your hand if you can feel my pain. You can't do that. Oh, I did. I was Nightmare Files. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm going to put some lemon juice on a cut I have. Hey, Jerry. My mom watches Dead Files on Daily Motion. What's that? Hey, damn gypsy. We didn't start reading anything yet, so it's cool. It's cool. We're just jibber-jabbing. Had a salami sandwich, dill pickle chips, and fruit cocktail.
That sounds good too.
That sounds like lunch for dinner. Still sounds good. I'm thirsty. Hey. Let's see. Makes me wonder if I should get breakfast now as well. Darkness. One of the collaborations I'm doing is for a Halloween special. You know, I did a Halloween special last year. I worked my butt off for it, and I don't even know if it made like 400 views. Can go back right now and see if I did or not. It's like 2 hours long, wasn't it? 2 hours long. 2 hours long. I think I like 15 narrators. Wonder what is it on like page 4 here? Lots of work. Lots of work. I made eyes, makeup, fake commercials for my Halloween special and my Christmas special. And it just, yeah, let's see. 590 views. And I don't even know how many people were in it at this point. But I don't know if I'll do one this year. This year we're live streaming on Halloween, and I'm going to read all of the story contest submissions on Halloween live. That's what I've decided to do. By then, I should have set up like OBS or OSB. Does that make sense? So you can live stream and like see my ugly fat face. And then I'll get like some creepy candles and get an atmosphere going and stuff. And then we can do that on Halloween. So hopefully by Halloween, I'll have it figured out. Hopefully before then, but. Thanks, Brian. That's really nice. It was a lot of work. Jeremy doesn't. Hey, Duchess. Haven't been here in a while. Been moving. Still every serial killer Saturdays. Yep, me too. There will be a serial killer Saturday for every Saturday in Halloween. But my husband just corrected me and said October. But guess what? October is Halloween. It's been Halloween since last week. Halloween is a lifestyle. It's not one day. We are so different. I don't even know who you are, man. Oh, no beer in Duchess Dark. Yeah, sometimes. Go through my phases. I got hot tea now. I wish I would have got cold tea now. I don't even have any cold tea. Just burnt the crap out of my throat. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just have a Halloween party and set up a webcam. Yeah, except for we're dorks. We don't have any friends.
I'll invite all my friend over.
Yeah, Todd. Oh, there's another channel I like to watch on Halloween, and if you guys don't know, they're pretty popular. Threadbanger. That's a married couple. I've shown you some of their videos. They're hilarious. They've been doing this for like 9 or 10 years, I guess. Pretty interesting. Sounds like my wife and I. Put it in the freezer for a while. Halloween is every day in October. I'll be dressing up every day. Yes! Tell me you do something where people see your face. I just want to do it and drive around town. Be like, what's up? Going to be a black-eyed kid? Ooh. How has anybody wore those black contacts on their entire eye? First of all, I wear glasses and I don't like anything touching my eye. Number one. Number two, those contacts are huge. How do you get them in your eye? Because they cover your entire eye.
It takes about a week or 2 to get used to it.
No, the black-eyed kid, like they're black sclera, they're completely cover your whole eye.
I think they're like something you can see out of, but it's black on the outside.
But it fits. It's in your whole eye. It's not just where your contacts are. It's the size of your whole eye. Has anybody put these on before? Oh, the tea, put it in the fridge? Yeah. It's okay. The heat settles my stomach. I have a wonky stomach. If anybody doesn't know that about me. It has a mind of its own. My hair and my stomach got together and decided to try and like take me down. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. I imagine normal contacts hurt enough. Yeah, me too. Like my hair eyes get stuck in my eyelashes. It's a mess. Like it's a nice day out. We put the windows down and the whole time I'm like this. This is awesome. Oh, I keep waiting to see if anybody's put those contacts in their eyes before, but thinking about dressing up as my channel icon. That channel icon is really small. It kind of looks like a vampire. Be a mental patient. Excellent. Yeah. I feel like someone who is just one traumatic event away from being a resident somewhere. I kid, but oh my god. It was a rough summer. A rough summer. What serial killer video of yours? Two of them. Two of them that were extremely... There's a lot of them. I'll tell you the number one worst one is the Enriqueta Marti. And she was a woman from the late 1800s. And she had been... Oh my god. Every time I have to say this, it's just mind-boggling to me that this was going on for so long. But for more than 2 decades, this woman stole children, prostituted them out, sold them, murdered them, crushed their bones into voodoo magic potion and sold it. She killed an unknown amount of children, probably up closer to 1,000. And I had never heard of her before until I started doing Serial Killer Saturday. Never heard of her, which I find astounding, especially since they go on and on about Bundy or the BTK or Eileen Wuornos, and all of them killed less, like a fraction of what she killed. I find it amazing that no one has taken the time to do like a real biography on her. But there's actually not a lot to go on because there's not anything about her as a child. I didn't find anything. It's beyond disturbing. Probably the next one on that list would be, Albert Fish was disturbing enough when I heard other people do him, but reading the letters for yourself and then learning that he was the youngest of 9 and he's the only one who killed. That doesn't mean the rest of them were friggin' crazy too. But learning that he was the only one that killed, it doesn't really... The whole point of me doing it is that if you can figure out what it is that makes someone a serial killer, can you not provide elements to stop people from becoming that way? And people become that way because a lot of their childhoods are traumatic and violent. They have a history of mental illness. If their mental illness or their family's mental illnesses were treated, could have that all have been prevented? All the things that are taboo, abuse, mental, physical, sexual abuse, all the things we brush under the rug are what create these horrible things to happen because we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to face it. And so these people that are living it are somehow processing it And guess what happens when you have to deal with that and you don't know how to deal with that? It comes out in weird ways. And a lot of times it comes out in murder. However, Jeffrey Dahmer had none of those elements. He was born to be a killer. That's for sure. They say that, what is it? Genius walks the line of madness. Well, his dad was an engineer, an elemental physicist or something. He's a beyond genius. And I think that maybe that's what, I don't know. He's not one I can even fathom to explain. Enriqueta Marti, I think, probably was doing exactly what she saw as a child, and life was rough back then, and that's exactly what she took on and did. You uploaded your first kind of video the other day? Wow. Unit 731 in World War II? Yeah, that's horrible. That was a Japanese unit, right? Where they did horrible experiments on people. That was totally accepted. I just wait to see a response. Do a video on Mathew Bergman. Damn it, Vlad, stupid spell check. I didn't get to see it anyway. Oh, Vlad the Impaler. I looked into him, and it's highly exaggerated stories. Yeah. If you want to keep the fantasy of him alive, I'm not going to do a serial killer. It'll ruin it for you. Let me see. Going me working as a tire guy. To Michigan, can't find nothing on him. Oh, She crazy. Albert Fish, yeah. I think everyone just does it a little bit differently, and I like to start from the beginning. I want to know why they are the way they are. And I know most people just want to do it, because they're on YouTube and they get views, and great. But when I do Serial Killer Saturday, I take it very seriously, and I want to present a good story. So I take a lot more time when I do those. During Halloween, October, it'll be a little more lighthearted and funny, but it'll still be interesting. So don't get too serious on me in October. I like to have fun with the month. Every day is Halloween in October, starting Saturday. Halloween the 1st is a Saturday. Okay. Let's see. My boyfriend had me watch World War II in color, and then this movie called Jerusalem on Netflix. Jerusalem. I did watch Victoria. I don't know what makes them tick. I want to know how you can stop it. I believe that a lot of times when the crimes, as you know, violence breeds violence. And if justice doesn't serve its purpose, violence breeds violence, breeds violence, breeds violence. So if justice doesn't do its job, all it does is create more victims, more perpetrators, more victims. You see what I'm saying? It's like the opposite of what are those get rich quick schemes? The pyramid effect, where someone benefits from it, only it multiplies and less people benefit. More and more people are victims. It just multiplies and multiplies. It's like a disease. I just tell people, don't take yourself too serious. I can't take myself too seriously. All right, see you, Nightmare. Anyone been in Briefcases videos? I'm digging the channel. Mom thought I grew up to be a murderer. Told me went straight to my face when I was 6 or 7. That's beautiful. That's lovely. You know how I could send you my log of camping blessings and a spell on the harvest moon? Thanks, Nightmare. I'll probably never see that, but thank you. Dude, you could have got all my Patreon stuff for the whole month for $1. My Patreon stuff is only on Patreon too. That's sad. Just saying. If anybody wants exclusive content, commercial-free content. All right. All right. So I found some creepy stuff. But I had asked you guys, I don't know who was here when I was asking if anybody watched Shane Dawson's part 1. He's doing a documentary about Jake Paul, who is one of those kids that, you know, he does the crazy videos that get views, and most people hate him because he's kind of a giant dick. So they're trying to figure out, is he a sociopath or is this just all for hype? And he was joking. We were just joking. Sorry, Onyx. How to spot a sociopath in 3 steps. We're learning together tonight, everyone. All right. The first way, let's see. The theme of dominance, their words, and your emotions. Ooh. Does anybody want me to travel down this rabbit hole? Hate that kid. Dubco. Hey, I'm here, so calm down, everyone. Hey, Duchess. Oh my God, thank God. Now we can finally start reading something. Whoo. Whoo. I think the most scariest serial killers are TT, are the ones that were never caught. Right. Yes. Bound to be a ton of squirrels. Yes. All right. Okay. Here's how you can spot a sociopath in 3 steps. Honey, give me some cheery music. Number 1, the theme of dominance. Oh, there's a 3-step method I recommend using to quickly size up whether someone has sociopathic traits or any high conflict personality pattern is what I call the Webb method. Their words, your emotions, and their behavior. Okay, you can stop now. I'm just joking. Good job. Good job, honey. Huh? No, I don't think so. Their words. Sociopaths are fast talkers. Oh, I better slow down. They mean fast talkers like car salesmen, but they're car salesmen 24/7. Their words are mostly false, if not entirely false, but they use many, many words designed to cover their behavior. They may be a completely different person who they say they are. Watch out for extremes, big promises, big stories about the past or future, big plans with no basis for them or no experience at whatever they're planning. Okay, your emotions. How do you feel around the person? It's often your emotions that first tell you to be aware because your brain wants to believe them. So many people marry sociopaths, hire them, do business deals with them, or elect them to responsible positions, even though they saw some warning signs. They wanted to believe the person's words rather than pay attention to how they felt. Trust your feelings. How many times I tell you guys, trust your gut more than their words. If you have an uncomfortable or extreme feeling, check it out. Do research online or ask around what people think of so-and-so. Fear. It's one of the most common feelings around a sociopath is that they could hurt you if they wanted to. Sociopaths can be predators, so you may naturally feel uncomfortable being alone with them. You may suddenly get the feeling that you want to get out of the situation. Don't let them talk you out of your fears. Take your time, get more background information. This is really useful for many situations, but I'm going to say number 1, probably new friendships and new dating people. When you're dating someone, this could prevent like 95% of the Reddit posts. Let me check the chat. A squirrel. What now? Bernadette, $1. $1. $1. You get exclusive content on my Patreon for $1. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. I mean, it will be somewhere else on iTunes, but you'll have to buy them for $1 a piece. So for $1, Plus, if you're a Patreon for 3 months or more, you get Birthday Club, which I owe 4 Birthday Club stories to so far. So far. May sound dumb, but how do you get money online? Credit cards, bank accounts, PayPal. Hey, no, Taco Tuesday. Ay. Because we always mean to go to actual Taco Tuesday at a restaurant near us, and we always forget. Anyways, we're reading about how to spot a sociopath. We've already been through 2 of the signs, 2 of the things to watch for. So they're really not signs. They are their words, your emotions, and their behavior, which is what we're going to next. Infatuation. It's another extreme. Because they're mainly extremely positive words, people will often fall in love with them, especially if they are lonely, grieving, or have low self-esteem at the time. This goes for hiring too. We're going to move on. Extreme sympathy. If you find yourself feeling extremely sympathetic towards someone, you may want to check out why. Sociopaths are skilled at claiming they have been victims and tell good stories to go with this. They often take advantage of people in vulnerable or sympathetic situations. All right, their behavior. These are probably the bigger tells for sociopaths. A surprisingly simple way to spot a sociopath, drum roll, honey, is to stay focused on their behavior and ignore their words. Thank you, honey. Pay special attention to any extreme behavior that they do that 90% of people would never do. Jake Paul. Ask yourself, would I ever do that? Extreme behavior. And this means diving off the roof of your house into your swimming pool, riding on top of your car with one leg, parachuting off the top of a tree, things like that. Not like, oh, did you hear them ask them to take their steak back? I would never be brave enough to do that. That's not extreme behavior. That's just something you should just do. Yeah. Which I found when you're an outspoken person, people will always think that you're extreme when you're just. Anyway. Extreme behavior is common for sociopaths, but they quickly cover it up with excuses. I was tired. I was under a lot of stress. He or she made me do it. I had to do it given that the other person, what they did. It doesn't matter what their behavior was. Their excuses are often the same, regardless. They're always blameless. They never apologize unless they're caught, and it will make them look good. Man, this sounds familiar. Yeah. So there's a little thing we learned today. Still waiting for your birthday. Thank you. I'm so sorry, everyone, for birthday club. Awesome. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say. So this morning, I read something, but I'm going to take us to some creepy stuff. So I went and looked for creepy news, and I found HuffPost has an entirely creepy section. There's like a joke one about ghost hunting. There's something about how men are creepier than women according to Science and Daily Life. For a study titled On the Nature of Creepiness, Knox College researchers surveyed 1,341 individuals, 1,029 women, and 312 men between the ages of 18 and 77. The median age was 28 years, using a Google Doc that asked participants whether certain occupations and different characteristics and behaviors, like not looking people in the eye and licking your lips frequently, were creepy. Researchers defined creepiness as anxiety aroused by the ambiguity of whether there is something to fear or not. And more than 95% of participants perceived men as being more likely to be creepy than women. The study notes that this interpretation was equally likely to be held by both men and women. Women were also, well, first of all, there was almost there was more than 3 times the amount of women in the study than men. So wouldn't that already negate the study finds? Unless they just averaged it out. I don't know. I don't know. I just think that anyone who's crossing the line is creepy. Narcissistic. Sounds like my ex-stepdad. Not the only one. So waiting too, but it will come someday. Oh. You know, on one of these Taco Tuesdays, we're going to talk about feminism, just so we can get everybody on the right page there. Just letting you know that, because I can't wait to set that straight. I think anyone who thinks that they're superior to someone else is creepy. And I have found that men and women are equally awful at that. It depends on what their attitude is about other people in general, not just men or women. And what they feel that they're entitled to do around other people. Yeah, so let's get rid of these 8 things. Here's another article that says 8 things that you do that will always be creepy. Always. Touching someone's hand while you're both reaching for the same thing, like a stranger at the store. I just laugh at that. No one else laughs at that? Picking something off a stranger or tucking their shirt or tagging?
That's creepy.
Who does that? Does anyone in this chat pick something off of a stranger's shirt or tuck in their tag? That's crossing a line. Yeah, thank you. Humans are good at creepy. Yeah. My serial killer Saturday proves that too. Definitely. Oh my God. Who does that though? Tucks in someone's speaking to someone through a mirror? I mean, the only time I do that is when you're like, you're getting ready and I'm getting ready, or someone like you're in the same spot together. That's not creepy. That's just like you're distracted. Or if there's someone that specifically does it just to be a dick, then yeah, that's not creepy. That's just being an asshole. Staring. I think we just talked about the eye contact thing, but staring is totally different. I mean, I've stared at people that were being assholes before just to see if they'd stop doing what they were doing. But that's the only time I stare at someone, or if I'm just like baffled at what I'm seeing. It's pretty rare though. Usually I'd be like, look away. It's none of your business. Close talking and generally invading personal space. Oh, this always happens to me at the grocery store. Like a lady will walk up behind me. I'll be trying to find something because my freaking glasses, like I'm always forever getting used to these things. If the light shines down on the inside, I can't see. And there's always going to be someone that's right here in your face. Or like, let's say you're talking to someone or looking for someone and someone's standing behind you in the aisle, and you can raise your hand if you're this person, but they're sitting behind you in the aisle, either with a cart or without, and staring at you like you're supposed to psychically know that they're there so that you'll get out of their way. But there's a magical thing that you can do to make sure that the person would magically just kindly move aside and say, oh, excuse me. Instead of just standing there and staring, going, that is a huge pet peeve. Anyway, creepy. That's creepy to me.
I like when you turn around and scream.
Who?
You.
Oh, I don't. I don't scream. I always say you could have said excuse me. Because normally it's someone who's really rude, who's ruining a good time I'm having, just doing a horrible task like grocery shopping, and I'll say, you could have said excuse me. Sometimes, most of the time, they completely ignore me, which is fine. But paying with change, that's not being creepy. That's being a dick. But I've been in a predicament where you didn't have a choice. So whoever said that's creepy can suck it.
Sometimes you go to the car wash
No.
$5 and get you $5 worth of quarters back.
No, I've been
Parents
poor.
done that. Me too. I've been poor.
Where you had to pay with dimes and nickels and pennies to get gas. Whispering into someone's ear when it's just the two of you. I thought that was supposed to be romantic, not creepy. Unless you go up and someone say, moist. That would be funny as hell. Now, in that case, I'd be like, that's a good way to get rid of somebody that you really don't like. Just walk up to them and whisper really closely in their face or their ear, moist. That's probably how I can get rid of some people, undesirables.
I whisper, everybody across the room will hear me. So
Duncan Hines cake is moist and delicious. Usually when I say that, it drives people crazy. I don't think it's translating through this microphone, though. Keep out of my space. Oh, my God. Fixed my collar. Yeah, no. Don't ever do that. Ooh. Or someone will rip something off your sweater, and then instead of just removing the fuzzy, now you have a string hanging off your sweater. Just leave my fuzzies alone. Oh, God. I really can't stand people. I don't think most people can. When I go to the store, I cannot wait to get back home. I can't wait. I'm like the whole time, the whole ride. Oh my God. My husband has to calm me down when someone is yelling at their kids. Yeah, it's bad in Europe too. I quickly learned to wear a backpack when standing in line. Oh yeah, with something pointy right in the back. That's I didn't tell you to do that, but that would keep someone away from you. Plus, if they were too close, you could just like cough or sneeze, but then like push your back out, and then instantly you got like a border. You've got a circumference around you. Plus, no one wants the germs. So, okay, I went to a meeting where we measured with a tape measure to see how far away people have to be in order for you to feel comfortable. Mine was 18 feet. Oh my God. I used to sneak behind people at the store with my dog squeak toys, then run. That's awesome. Yeah, like when I go to the store, I'm not one that lingers. Like there'll be very few times, like if I know we need like some new towels then I'll linger because I have a hard time. I'm just going to get black towels anyway. But I like to linger. Maybe there's something cool I've never thought of or seen yet. So maybe there's something new I want. I don't know. That's the longest I'll ever be at the store. Like I have a very specific list because I wrote down what I'm having for dinner each night that week. I have my list detailed down. I have a plan. I know where everything's at in the store, which I hate when I switch the aisle. That drives me crazy. But I like to get in and I like to get out. I don't want to spend my life in the store. Now, if it's wintertime, it might be different because I might be trapped in the house a little bit more than normal. That's might be like an outing instead of a horrible task. Yeah. The only time I touched a lady is when she had a spider on her. Yeah, see, I'd be like, oh my God, thank you. Yeah, that's different. Oh, there's a poisonous spider on you. Oh, there's a snake on you. There's a guy standing really close to you. Yeah. Some stranger. Creepy. That's funny. Okay. Was that the end of that list? Moist. I'm going to find a reason to do that to someone tomorrow. Moist. Making eye contact with a person through a bathroom stall.
that's a pervert.
That's creepy. Who does that? This says 8 things that you do that will always be creepy. Who does that? A guy that just got out of jail does that. Or one that's about to go to jail does that. What? Also on HuffPost, creepy clowns. Okay. I found another article that talks about the flip side of fear. Oh, they have like a cool little they had a little cartoony thing there. What are you afraid of? Did sharks pop into your head? No. I'm not afraid of sharks. The ocean is their home. I'm not invading their home. If somebody broke into my house, I have every right to bite them. I don't swim in the ocean. I'm not afraid of sharks. If so, you may have galeophobia, which stops thousands of Americans from swimming at the beach every year. Maybe you thought of flying because you're terrified of crashing or being confined to a small space. As a society, we're more accepting of and even normalize some fears but attach shame to others. For instance, no one is going to bat an eye at the person who cites Jaws as a reason for staying out of the water, but they might glare at someone who refuses to shake their hand due to a fear of germs. No, it's pretty common, I think, now. But at the end of the day, our fears can get the better of us. Why are we afraid of things happening to us that are statistically unlikely to happen? Okay, the flip side of fear. So they what they should have said, the flip side of irrational fears. So I don't know. Some people get paid to write the most ridiculous articles. My God, the only time. Okay, I know it's probably weird, but if they're playing a song in the store that I like, I'm probably gonna sing.
That's totally me.
Dude, we do that all the time. What we do is make up different lyrics for the songs.
Yeah.
Usually in the car, but we'll do it in the store.
If there's a dance movie,
Doesn't even have to be a song on. Doesn't even have to be a song on. If we sell something about cookies, we probably made up a song about cookies while we're at the store.
Like if a good 80s Michael Jackson song comes out at work, I'll do the moonwalk to get all my tools for the next If they had a camera of me
Hey.
working, that would be a good life.
I actually did. What did I watch today? I watched The Darkness, and is that one that you said? God dang it. I don't have my list in front of me. I have a list of movies written somewhere. What's the one that we just watched? I watched Mother. Was that one of them? Or was I telling you that I watched Mother and it was for the whole time? I feel like I told you that. I don't remember now. I don't remember what your movie picks were. Can you tell me what they were? And I'll let you know immediately if I already saw them. I watch a lot of movies. Ouija Origin? Yes. It was so good. It was so much scarier than I expected it to be. And I don't want to spoiler alert it, but it's been out for a while. So I feel like if you haven't seen the movie, then not my fault. But wow, the ending was just bam. Holy shit, it was good. Yeah, I highly recommend Ouija Origin. That it was great. Mother was good if you could wait for it. That's the thing, but I don't think that anyone would have watched it if Jennifer Lawrence wasn't in it. Telling you that right fucking now. People would have just turned it off. But I figured if she was in it, she doesn't do shit shows. It was a psychological trip. I spent 50% of the movie confused as fuck, either thinking she was crazy or everyone else was crazy. And then I figured it out right before the end that it was a cycle. It was a haunting cycle. And the woman, although physically she appeared to change, was the same thing. It was just repeating itself. Because if you look at if you're watching the movie, you notice all these people show up at the house, but there's no driveway. The grass is overgrown. I'm like, how do these people show up here? They just appear. They just appear there out of nowhere because they are all haunting the same. It's like a residual haunting is what the whole movie is about. Grave dancers? Nope, but I'm writing it down right here. Is it good? I watched The Darkness today, and The Darkness had Kevin Bacon in it, and the lady that was from Silent Hill, and who was the other guy? He was in Mad About You. What was that guy's name? Paul Reiser. I'm like, they had the cast, they had a good story premise, and they clearly had a budget. And the sad part is they took this movie that could have been fucking amazing, and just like right when you thought it could get really good, it was like they got lazy and just stopped trying. But like 3/4 of the way in, and the ending sucked. Just, I didn't watch Grave Dancers yet. I'm talking about the movie The Darkness. I feel like it could have been so much better. It had good bones to it. It could have been really, really good. It jumped around a bit. I don't know. It could have been so much better. I had really high expectations for it just because of who was in it. No. Sinister. I've never seen them. Never seen any of the Sinister movies. I probably should watch them, shouldn't I? The ones where they find the tape in the attic and someone moves out and someone watches it and then they're all going to get killed because they watched it. Have you seen that? I didn't know if that was like before our time, which is I think that came out like 9 or 10 years ago, right? I don't know. I don't know. Blair Witch was good, and that had no budget. No budget. I'm talking really loud, I think, into the microphone. Yeah, is Sinister good? I think it was supposed to be good. I never saw it. I don't think that what I think about a movie should sway you either way, because I found that when a critic doesn't like a movie, I like it, and vice versa. I think I like psychological thrillers, I've found, more than I like gory movies. But again, I know that it has got to be fucking hard to make a movie and keep the storyline and keep all this stuff together. I mean, just making a short video is time consuming. So making a movie and then making it how you want it. And I'm sure that there's people not directly involved in these projects that cut it and make it different ways than the people that created it wanted it to be. So that's got to be super frustrating. I could not deal with that at all. No, when I get like excited about something, I think I start talking really loud. I'm like, this tea is supposed to be calming me down. I feel like it's amping me up. My husband's just silently nodding. Yep. Next one, I think you're gonna be on it. Like we'll do like a tag team with the. There's not a camera on that. We have one though. We have an extra webcam. Well, we're gonna make it creepy. What would be the #1 movie to watch? Yeah, Blair Witch was really good. The first one, yeah, before you knew it wasn't real, Blair Witch was like the shit. It was the tits. I didn't see Blair Witch 2. I don't know. I keep meaning to read more horror books. I'm like a dark comedy fan when it comes to books. Right now I'm on book 2 of what's it called? Redneck Zombie. The Life of a Redneck Zombie. Do I ever see Dolls, the movie Dolls? I've actually got 47 Meters Down, which even though it's a shark movie, it's going to be a psychological one, but I don't know if I'd count that as a horror one, so I probably wouldn't go into that. But I have Apparition, and I'm going to watch Anna. I don't know if anyone saw that, but the premise is about this guy who has the ability to kind of get inside someone's head and see things from their point of view and physically put them in their traumatic scenario, but he's there as like a tether and they can see him. And I'm just going off the trailer of what I'm seeing of Anna, and it turns, Anna reels him in and basically frames him for murder. And I'm going to watch it and see if it's a trip or if it's just, trailers are annoying, but the most annoying thing about a movie is when they don't have a trailer at all. That's annoying. It's 2018. You put together a trailer for that movie. I'm not going to invest 2 hours of my life if you can't do a 2-minute trailer. I was answering that earlier. I used to do collabs all the time, but then when I was at work, it was getting really hard to get content on my channel at all. And the last few times that I did collabs, it's been a while. I'd like to do some, but I want to get my channel all set up and organized and scheduled for Halloween-tober. I'm going to call it that now just to drive you crazy. Halloween-tober. And then after that, I can schedule some collaborations. Yeah, I was supposed to do something with Mortis Media forever ago. um, he's busy. I think he posts almost every day, and I don't know how he does it. I really don't. Just must read right through and then post it. What movie? Blair Witch? Oh, Blair Witch is from the 90s. Or is Dolls? Are you mean Dolls is from? I'm gonna write Dolls down. Let's see. Don't know if it was because I was young then, but The Grudge. Heard of them called Hereditary. Oh my God. I almost watched that, but I want to have a bit to recover because I was watching stories about Hereditary and they said it was so good that it just reels you in and kind of left the people that reviewed it shook. There's a guy that specifically reviews movies on YouTube who was talking about it and he said that it's like it's so good it's on the next level, Hereditary. So I really do want to watch it. Jurassic Park scares me. You know what scared me about it is how realistic they looked on screen. I thought, how did they get them look so real? I mean, now it's nothing, but at the time when it came out, and don't tell me that there isn't some rich mad scientist somewhere in the world that hasn't already tried this or succeeded to do it. Just saying, movies really do inspire people to do all sorts of things. Moves you to tears. Huh. I was traveling with the Red Fest across the country, so I was living in the woods for months when I saw that movie. Oh God, Blair Witch. Holy shit. Did people keep leaving little piles of sticks outside of your little dwelling there?
I see so. Did you see a ghost?
I do declare. Hello, Governor. Comment if you guys know what Hello, Governor is from. If not, you might not, but you didn't like Hereditary? Why not, Autumn? Was it too much of a psychological? I like it when I can't figure the movie out, but I can in the end. I prefer it that way because usually I can guess who the killer is. I can guess what's gonna happen. I have to keep it to myself. I never realized I ruined the movies for you. I'm sorry, but it's funny to go to the movie theater with me. But if we're watching movies at home, and I'll be like 5 minutes in, I'll be like, "He's the killer. They're gonna discover it. He's gonna do this and this and this. You're gonna find out too late." And then I'll walk out and go to the bathroom and then come back. But when we go to the movies, you think it's hilarious because I jump up and down and scream and freak out. Oh, I was wait for something to happen and then it never really did. Hereditary? Oh, Elon Musk, next business idea. Dinosaur Adventureland and hello, Governor. Nope. It's actually from a kid's cartoon show. Deliverance. I would say one really good, I would say if anybody remembers like what's the guy, Mark Wahlberg? He was in a movie with was it Reese Witherspoon? And it was called Fear. Did anybody see that? She like dated him and he got like super jealous or violent with her and she broke up with him and then he started stalking her and ended up like torturing her and her family, like psychologically torturing her and her family for like a 24-hour period. Like they chopped out the dog's head, stuffed it through the dog door, cut the power to their house. And this was before, I don't know if Wi-Fi was a thing yet. I don't know, but it's a good movie. And I haven't heard anybody talk about that. Oh my God. Yeah. What's another one that was like really, whew. Besides the Goonies. Did anybody see Monster Squad? I said that really loud, didn't I? I don't know if it's on Netflix, but I know it's on Prime Video. And did I make the kids watch that? We watched that one day, didn't we? The Monster Squad.
Yeah, I think so.
It was really dorky. My ex-husband was a milder version of that. Hello, Governor. Yes! The regular show. Thank you. Yes. There's more than one movie that's titled Fear. Scream. How many Screams did they make? 4 or 5?
4.
I'd say we're probably going to wrap this up in a few minutes, but I want to know how many people are super excited about Halloween 2018. I can hardly contain myself, and I know that I'm never, ever going to get into the theater to see it within the first few days because it's going to be too crazy in there. However, it would be amazing to go in there with that huge amount of people and the energy and their fear, so everyone freaks out at the same time. That's one of those exceptions to the rule where I hate other people being in the theater. I hate it when other people are there. I just want it to myself. There's always someone that we could
Remember
sit.
that time somebody kept leaning back into you and kicked the back of the chair?
I had broken forever ago. I think it was 2005. I snapped the main tendon in my right leg. So I literally had to keep my leg straight for 6 months in the air cast. So for a long time and quite often, my right leg has to be extended out and I can't have anything touch it. And there was no one else in this theater, and these people came and sat right in front of us, and this lady kept swinging back and forth in her chair, swinging. So finally I just went wham and kicked her chair, and they just got up and moved. And I guess that's all it really took. But she must have hit my knee 15 to 20 times, and I mean each time it was like someone hit it with a hammer. It hurt so bad. Yeah. The fear I'm talking about has Mark Wahlberg in it. It's good. I haven't seen none yet, but from what I was reading, it failed with the storyline because it has too many jump scares that don't have anything to do with the rest of the storyline. I guess they I don't know. I'm going to go see it for myself, make up my own mind, because I think that's the only thing you can do ever anyway. No. Good job. That's really hilarious. Autumn this is your month. That's why I go to the matinees where it's half price on Tuesday afternoons when people are at work. Actually, any day you go before noon, it's half price anyway. For some reason, I just can't picture Mark Wahlberg as a victim. It was right after, it was one of his first acting gigs, I think. So it was different to see him in a movie at that point. But yeah. It was also weird to see him as being someone who was cruel because he still hasn't played very many roles where he's the bad guy. I don't think he's played another bad guy since then, actually. Just that one time. But Reese Witherspoon looked like such an innocent child that anyone who scowled at her kind of looked like the polar opposite of her. So he just looks so innocent. I'm looking at the first recommended story to me when I'm looking at the screen of this live stream is 5 possession stories. And I'm trying to remember, when the hell is this from? Isn't that from last spring? I have to even click on it just to see when it's from. So I don't even know. It's all a blur. I'm subscribed to this one girl, and she always does paranormal story times, which I'm not. Very few. I don't listen to a lot of them. However, was it yesterday or the day before, she logged on to her account and all of her videos were gone because someone hacked her account and deleted all of her videos and within a 5-minute time span. Yeah, this is from May 10th, 2017. I'm just curious. That's one of my fears. 2 years of work gone, like over 300 videos just gone in 5 minutes because someone hacked your account. So, ooh, Contreras is really good. I hope the nun has some redeeming quality. Oh, you haven't seen it either, Team Chaos? I was thinking that maybe you had. Well, a bummer. Let me see. Warm in here. Are you hot? Okay. I was looking up Team Chaos. Now it looks like you do videos too. Very first team video recorded in the center. Is that right? Oh, you don't do videos? Let me see here. I think that was it. There was one other thing. Just got the kids to bed. I'm looking forward to some creepy stories from my favorite narrators. I know. I've noticed today there was more up. I do like the fact that Castbox is a new option. I'm curious to see how that goes. So yeah, as soon as I can figure out more about that, I will be doing that. I think that's all I have for now. Yeah, that's all I have for now. Hey, Dark Scholar. Oh, not on this channel. I got ya. I wish there were more women that did more of this. I will say lately my go-tos are either Unit or Busta because they're the few that can actually scare me. Like when I listen to something, actually, if you really want to listen to a male's soothing voice, Dark Somnium's very creative, and he writes his own music too. But usually I'll listen to Unit or Busta because they scare the crap out of me, and that's what I'm always looking for. Not always, but yeah, and they have a style. It's I could fall asleep to Busta. It doesn't matter if the story is scary or not. I could still fall asleep to it. Oh. Oh yeah, it was Cape Fear. You're right. I know Let's Read in Your Maker had some long compilations. Give me a headache. Same stories. Yeah, that's why I don't do that anymore because it's the same stories. But I would like to do that. Like, I don't know, the Communion series of books written by Whitley Strieber is scary to me because they're true. The Communion. Movies. I have a list of movies there, and then books. Where'd it go? Oh, The Communion. How many books are in the series? Butchered that word. I didn't even know Eden still did anything on YouTube. And Penny Dreadful, is she making stuff too? I've noticed that a lot of people just stopped making content. And that's why I think I went 2 weeks when my dog passed away, and then immediately after my daughter was in the hospital for a week. That's the only time I've ever went a really long time without posting. But if people stop posting, I stop kind of paying attention to their channel. Penny Dreadful, that's the show. I can't find Penny Dreadful on here at all. when I'm looking for it. I noticed a lot of channels that I was subscribed to, all of a sudden there's like a blank mark because the channel's not there now. Nope. Element, I'm actually wrapping it up. I'm outie, don't forget Mathew Macon. SKS. Mathew Macon. Don't expect him until November, though. Just letting you know that. Dr. Creepin, Mortis Media, Briefcase, Nightmare Files, and of course Duchess, just to name a few. Oh, thank you. When we Eden stopped. Penny does one once in a while. Yeah. Let me see if I can find like one scary story to read you guys. I feel like, you know, when you're like trying to put your kids to bed, I'm like, just one more story, just one more. And then you say yes, and you're like, yay! That's kind of what I feel like. But the funny thing is I enjoyed reading to the kids as much as they liked getting read to. I've always been someone who really gets into the characters of the story. It's easier to do that with kids' characters because you can be goofier. Huh? That's okay. I think I'm just gonna looking for here we go. Okay. My computer's being a butthole to me. 100 ghost stories to read in the dark. We're not reading 100 of them. I'm just gonna pick one. Because usually these aren't just like really short stories. They're yeah, we were just saying that someone was asking if I listened to her, and I said I didn't think that she does this anymore. He noticed I could not read as I was copying him. I'm still friends with the guy that, and I thought it was a different kid, but a guy that I went to elementary school with and middle school with and high school with, and I was talking to him the other day and realized that there was a kid that I thought it was a different kid, but it was him. We were in advanced reading together. So we were in 4th grade and we would go across the hall to the 6th grade reading class, and still we read better to them. And I remember I'm asking him, like, don't you remember going across the hall? And we'd have, if you remember elementary school, they'd have like these books back in the day where everybody read like a paragraph, and then the next kid read, or you read a page and the next kid read a page or something like that. So we went across the hall to do this, read our paragraph, and then like the 6th graders, we read beyond what the 6th graders could read. And so he and I would be doing this thing. There was this like breathing game that you could play, like, and then hold your breath until you got like dizzy. And then we'd like pass out on our desks, which we were probably distracting them. But they never did anything else with us. Like, I just now question that as an adult. Like, they just like, just let her brain turn into mush. Let's see what she does with it. Nothing. Spoiler alert, nothing. Reading is can you read now? Is it a struggle still? I am in no way making fun. I know very well that it's hard for some people. There's a lot of people. My husband is like, he always gets mad at himself because he can't read, but I've been reading since before.
I can read.
Right, he can read, but he can't read fast. But I'm a person that reads and comprehends. I don't know how to explain it because I'm clearly not a genius. Like, there's things that that's one thing I excel at. And it's like one of the only things I excel at.
In college, when it came to the book, I didn't learn.
All I did was skim through, and I already knew what it said. So, I feel like I've already read these. Yeah, Daddy, someone's wearing my skin. Oh, I keep trying to go to the bottom of this page, and it's not letting me, so I can read you something scary. Oh no, oh no. Wow, this went up to like, I think I've actually read some of these to you guys before, but I stopped like way before these ones. Um, okay, let me see. This is 139 of, I don't know. So this happened to me about 8 or so years ago around Thanksgiving at my grandma's house. Everyone was asleep except for me. The only person in the house were my grandparents, my mom, brother, and I. No one else. This is key. I was on the computer because I couldn't sleep. I turned on a small TV to watch Adult Swim while I browsed the internet. At around 4:30 in the morning, I start getting a chill up my spine. I heard a child laugh. Distinctly, the voices of a little girl and a little boy. I know I'm all by myself, as far as being awake. So I turned to look at the TV, and it was in the middle of a Inuyasha fight sequence. I know I butchered that word. So there's no way the laughter was coming from that. I checked the computer sound settings and I had every possible outlet muted. So it wasn't that either. I sat there confused for a few minutes while the giggles of the two children were playing in the background. I figured maybe the radio in the kitchen was on. It was digital, so maybe it just came on for some reason or it had a timer. I got up and I kid you not, as I was walking to the door, with each step the laughter grew louder. From giggling to guffaws to hard laughter. Once the guffaws started, I started to hear a baby cry as well. What's going through my mind now is, what the fuck kind of radio show is this? And I just took 3 steps, nowhere near the door. I took a few more steps, and the laughter turned hysterical, if not maniacal. The baby's cries turned to screams and wails as if it were in pain. I was trembling and terrified with each step I took to the doorway, but my mind was on autopilot. I needed to get out of there and across the hall to my mom, who surely would help me, and notice the weird sounds too. The last couple of steps increased the laughter and crying to almost deafening level. It was like I was at a concert and the speakers were directly in my ears, blasting noise. It was painful and scared the shit out of me. It took all the courage I had, and as soon as I reached the doorway, I was sprinting. I started to run, but then someone shoved me. I felt these hands at my chest push me back into the room with enough force to throw me off balance. The crying and laughter stopped as soon as I was back in the room. This all happened within 20 to 30 seconds, but it felt like 10 minutes. I was so scared I cried and slept in the tiny armchair before my grandma came in the room and made me sleep in her bed downstairs. Woo! That was good. Hadn't heard that one before. Anyone? Anyone? Let's check the chat. Fox and Socks is a hard book to read. Yeah. It's hard for some people. It just is. I don't know. I think I spent, because I was, what do I do? I don't know why I could read so early. If you're OGs here, you'll know that my brother didn't talk till he was about 3. He couldn't hear, and so I'll describe this as best I can without sounding insulting, but he sounded like what someone who can't hear sounds like when they talk, when they can't hear themselves, because he couldn't hear himself. He had tubes put in his ears about 6 or 7 times, and it did finally work. But we both talked that way. I I didn't know I had a speech impediment until I was in school. What they made me read out loud to myself, and it fixed it right away. I just didn't have a lot of exposure to other kids besides just my brother, who couldn't really talk or hear himself. I could understand him, but no one else could. But as a result, no one else could understand me either until I went into speech therapy and they had me read out loud to myself in kindergarten, but I could already read. So that was like, I don't know how I could already read. I have no idea. Not a clue as to how that's possible. I have what Hawaiians call paigan. My dad caught me memorizing the story. Oh no. But you know what? Memorizing a story is how you learn to read. You just take the words from that story and then you recognize them in a new story. And we're going to turn this into class with Duchess. You just go one word at a time. One word at a time, one day at a time, 1 second at a time. That's all anybody can do with anything. Oh, yeah, there's no shame in it. The only shame would be never trying. Yeah. Also, you'll be happy to know I can't ride a bike for shit. I can ride it, but the last time we went for a bike ride, my shoe came untied and wrapped up in the chain, and I literally was like, "Mike," and he looked at me, and then I literally fell straight over to the right, and I was like, "Can you help me?" Because I couldn't even like get my foot out of my shoe to get up unattached from the bike. It's just like I was stuck there, and he had to come help me. Like if I would have been by myself, I would have got ran over by a car. Because my shoelace completely was wrapped around my shoe into the chain. And I was like, now I am chained to the chain of the bike. And I was stuck there on my side in the road. Oh, I'm one of those people who always wants to go back to school. Seriously. I really want to learn another language. And no matter what I've done, I can't figure out how to pronounce words correctly, or they'll say pronoun this and pronoun that. I don't know. I think I just have to be immersed in the culture to know anything. Dino books and encyclopedias help me learn to speak English much better than school. Yeah, you can only rely on school so much. Yeah. There's another scary story. You want me to read it? Guys want me to read it? Can you do something for me? Say in your scariest voice. Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly, haunting, I turn loose. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice! If Beetlejuice shows up in my house, I'm going to be super pissed, man. He has done nothing but cause chaos everywhere he goes. Well, you better be the ghost with the most that knows how to install the flooring that's in the boxes in the basement. Oh. Oh, that's pretty cute, Kahlest.
Me too.
What?
And my numbers.
What? Sesame Street? Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go back to another scary story. And this one looks like it's a little bit longer too. We'll do 2 more and then we'll call it quits. How's that? Okay. So I was 13 and living in a small farming town. It was close to Halloween, so the change in seasons was in the air. My friend was staying the night with me, but by 10 p.m., we were bored and decided to walk to their house that was about 2 miles outside town. We reached the edge of town, and the last streetlight illuminated the start of the empty country road that we had to walk along. We didn't think twice about anything scary. It was mostly just fields and tree lines, with the worst predator being occasional coyote. We walked far enough down the road that the streetlight behind us was a distant oasis of light. It provided just barely enough illumination to remind us it wasn't all empty fields along the road. There was also a cemetery that ran for a short section beside this part of the road. My friend tried to jokingly say scary things, but their words echoed hollowly in the silence. Okay, writer. Just as we reached the end of the cemetery and the tree line that separated it from the fields, we heard a noise. There was something in the trees, and it was big. It was making a lot of noise, but it wasn't thrashing wildly. It seemed to be moving toward us slowly but purposely. The sound of the dead tree limbs breaking as it pushed past them sounded like explosions in the darkness. That was the first time in my life I understood a deer in the headlights. Even though my heart was hammering in my chest and adrenaline was being poured into my system, I was frozen. The primal part of my brain was screaming danger, but it wasn't providing me with any choices to pursue. It wasn't until a blur of movement crossed in front of me that half of my mental faculties engaged. I was able to process the fact that movement was my friend running past me down the road as fast as they could. I decided that was a valid option and took off after my friend as fast as I could. We reached my friend's house safe. Spent the rest of the night theorizing what it was in the trees. In the morning, I walked back down the road to town and past the cemetery. During the day, the eerie atmosphere was gone. Oh, that's where the story ends. Come on, people. Oh, God. If you guys ever submit a story somewhere, give it some more girth than that. That's not scary. It would have been terrifying if something did happen during the day, though, when they thought everything was cool and they were safe. No, you're not safe. You're screwed. Yeah. That's what it was like when I was watching Ouija Origins. Oh my God. Let's see. I'm gonna go for one more. Let me make it a beefy one here. All right. This one looks beefy. So I was visiting a friend of mine who lives in Virginia. He has a nice little cabin in the mountains that holds a mere 4 people max. The highlight of his little home is his massive basement. This thing has to be 4 times the size of the house itself. He turned it into the ultimate man cave, complete with beer cooler, multiple TVs, couches, bean bags, pinball machine, pool table, you name it. The perks of being a bachelor knows no bounds. He and I were having a few drinks with some of his friends and playing video games one night when we all fell asleep in our respective seats. I woke up around 4 a.m. with an insane urge to piss due to drinking earlier in the night. I went to use the bathroom, but the door was locked. I could hear water running, so I figured one of his buddies was using the bathroom. I walked up the stairs to the upstairs bathroom, and when I turned the handle, the knob fell off. Well, shit, I thought to myself. I'll just wait until his friend gets out of the bathroom so I can go next. I turned to walk back down the stairs when one of the steps below my feet collapsed. I fell through the step, caught onto the low board adjacent to that one that fell. The staircase is pretty high up, so I was kind of dangling there in a daze. My friend and his buddies all wake up and ask what I'm doing. I tell them the board broke beneath my feet. And as I was trying to lower myself down to the ground, the bathroom door flings open and slams into the wall. We all look at the door and there's no one inside. The lights turn off. The sink stops running. Then the door slowly starts closing again. I let go of the step in fear and crash to the ground. All the others in the room stand up and cautiously start backing up toward the stairs. We hear the toilet flush from behind the closed door and all start screaming. They booked it up the stairs while I scrambled to get out from beneath the stairs, but our escape was all in vain. I had ripped the doorknob off so we couldn't get the door open. This basement had just about everything you could want, but it was lacking any kind of exit aside the door that I had broke. My buddy was jiggling the knob stump and slamming the door with his shoulder, but it wouldn't budge. Then out of nowhere, the door bursts open, and the pile of scared men fell into the living room. We all rushed in the living room, closed the basement door, and slept on the couches. No one could explain what happened the next day, and my buddy avoided his glorious man cave for a few days afterward. I haven't been back to his cabin in a while, but he claims nothing like that has happened since my visit. Fuck, I thought maybe somebody broke in and was planning on drowning him down there. They were running away because they knew that they were the only people there, and the bathroom door opened on its own and the water turned off. I just thought maybe somebody broke in, turned the water on in the bathroom, locked the door, and then went upstairs and disabled the basement door and was going to try and flood the house with them in it since they were all passed out. But, you know, too many serial killer Saturdays. Or an upper decker. Why would that leave them locked in the basement with the bathroom door? Oh, you're just trying to be funny. Okay. All right. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up. Hopefully next Taco Tuesday will be much more entertaining for you. Well, it definitely will be because it'll be, the 4th day of Halloween-tober? Halloween-a-fest? I don't know what else to call it.
October 4th.
October the 4th. Halloween the 4th. They were scared of plumbing bills. They should be if they just let it. But if they were out in the middle of nowhere, they probably were on a well. So no bills there. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to say goodnight. And Schmeister, thank you for coming to the thing. I know that you've got to be exhausted. I don't. Just damn. Biz Dan Duchess. All right. I'm going to say goodnight and thank you for coming. And until next Tuesday, bye. You're not going to say it?
Goodbye.
Oh, he's not going to do his bye. Okay, bye, bye, bye.